Hello. Yeah, I'm
shiny purse.
Yeah.
Shiny.
So shiny.
So professional.
You're gonna need a bucket of that powder, Percy. You're gonna need
Yeah, I think I need that. It's sweaty. My AC is actually not working well. So good morning, everyone.
Good morning, everyone. We're going to look back at all these intros that we do and just maybe snippets that we laugh ourselves because no one else is joining in. But more importantly, hello, everyone. And thank you for tuning in to Dear Future Grandkids. And we're coming to you via Facebook and YouTube. Like always, I'm Jien in Singapore, and that's Perci in the Philippines, and that's Ange in Hong Kong. So glad to be back. And how are you guys? How you been? Let's start with you, Ange. How's your week been? How are you okay?
Yeah, I've been actually, the last couple of days have been really, really good. Sun is out. It's really, really hot and gorgeous in Hong Kong. So yeah, feel energized these last couple of days. How about you, Jen? What have you been up to?
Not too bad. I mean, the usual work, family. Alfie the dog is still, being Alfie the dog, just bothering all of us. But an old uncle like me, I actually went to watch Billie Eilish live in Singapore. And she was amazing.
Really?
Like, absolutely amazing. I've always respected her, respected music, but didn't really listen to too much of it. But since the concert, I've been listening to it loads. My Alexa, my 8-year-old daughter, loves her. She's fantastic. So yeah, that was probably my highlight so far.
Oh, great.
Wow.
And Percy, what you been up to?
Do I say the word busy? Is that a good word?
Say the word horror.
Horror, yeah,
it's coming out.
Yep, and it's coming out in Halloween, hopefully. And then we just released the poster, and the feedback has been good. This has been 8 months in the making. Doesn't sound like much, huh? But it sounds like a lot.
Tell the audience the name of your movie, Percy.
So I should.
Yeah,
but
also
tell you the name of the movie.
Also, for the podcast, describe the poster because it is a great poster.
Oh, thank you. The movie is called Live Scream, and the poster has Elijah Canlas, our first guest here, with his screaming, with his mouth ripped off, and there's a camera inside it. Scary beast. Scary. And the scariest part there, the scariest part of that poster is it says a film by Perci in Talan. That's really scary. It scares off many producers and investors, actually. So
very proud of you, Percy. I'm sure it'll be amazing.
Yeah, a whole genre for yourself, Percy.
Yeah. I'm a category myself. So anyway, this is Dear Future Grandkids. This is not a horror show. This is us talking about legacy. Welcome to the show. We are here to ask an interesting guest the big question: what would you say to your future grandkids?
And we really do have a great guest for you today. We are building a video time capsule for a singer-songwriter who went from singing in the backseat of her parents' car to making and sharing videos of cover songs online. But it wasn't until she went for an open mic night in 2019 that changed everything. A video of her performance that night was posted online and caught the eye of Sony Music Entertainment Malaysia. How cool is that? So what started as a hobby and a passion has now turned into a professional career in music. Dreams really do come true, people, if you're willing to put yourself out there. And if that wasn't enough, she's also a huge advocate for mental health issues. And so I think you're going to be energized, inspired. Let's welcome from Jen's home country of Malaysia, Liesl Mae.
Woohoo!
Hello, everyone.
Hey, Liesel.
Hi, good morning.
Hi, Liesl. Welcome to the show. How are you?
Thank you so much for having me. I'm good. I'm excited to be here. It's my first, it's my first podcast. So This is exciting.
Wow.
Podcast show on YouTube, Facebook as well?
Yes, that too.
Great, great. Thank you.
Fantastic. What?
Thank you
Yeah.
so much,
Sorry.
Liesl, for coming to the show.
Yeah, sorry, Pers. I'm just gonna have to jump in very quickly because the last time I saw Liesel, she was probably 5 or 6 years old, and I went to her
Oh, God.
preschool for her birthday party. Because back in the day, I was working on Disney Buzz, as you know, the show that Ange created and Pers helped to produce as well. And also, I know her parents really well. I worked with her mom before, back in the day, even before going to entertainment, and I know her dad plays tennis. So yeah, bit of connection there. And Liesel, you've grown and wonderful what you've done so far. And we'll find out more about you. So yeah,
It
I'll
must
stop
be
talking now.
Lisa. It must be really weird for you because I'm sure you know Jen as the old guy, Uncle Jen.
Um, I mean, I'm not gonna say old, but yes, I do remember the birthday party and everything. I remember being like super excited because we had a whole thing. We had cake, we had cupcakes and everything, and then he showed up, and it was just very exciting. I think because my classmates, they also they tuned into the show and everything, so it was a whole experience for all of us.
I love it. I love hearing that.
I love these
kind.
stories.
I know. I'm just glad. I'm just glad children are not scarred by it, so it's okay.
You don't know that, Jen. You
You
don't,
don't know that. You don't know. You don't know that. Well,
I blame
Liesl,
you.
thank you again for coming to the show and joining your elders here on a Saturday morning. It's
No
lovely to
problem.
have you. We know you're in your 20s. We know you're like less than half our age. But did you ever think of what it would be like as a grandma? So,
Um, Honestly, no, not really.
yeah.
Like I tend to think of my life in the present. I am honestly a little bit scared when I think about the future because when it comes to uncertainty, it makes me feel a bit like intimidated and a bit anxious. So thinking so far as to, me being a grandma, like that's never been something that has crossed my mind, honestly.
Well, we will
it is
help
a
you think
long,
about it.
it is a
Yeah.
long way away for a
It
20
is a
year
Mm.
long
old
way
for sure.
away, but we'll take the baby steps on this day.
Okay. Okay, let's do it.
Let's do it.
We're going to jump into some quick fire questions for you, Lisa. So, in one
Mhm.
word, describe how you're feeling right now.
Ooh, in one word, I am feeling excited.
Good. That's a good word. Name one of your heroes growing up.
Oh my gosh. The first person that comes to mind is Vanessa Hudgens from High School Musical.
Ooh, love her.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. And what was the first record you bought?
Oh, I remember this. It was the Jonas Brothers CD. I can't remember what the album was called, but it was the Jonas Brothers.
You a real Disney Channel girl,
Real
weren't you?
Disney.
Yeah.
Totally. Yeah.
Yeah. So, Liesl, who is your favorite singer?
Ooh, right now I'm gonna say Lizzie McAlpine.
Oh,
Hmm,
very
okay.
Both of you
Now,
just went.
who?
Oh, do you know?
Yeah, we're
she-
going like yeah. Actually, Jen, you lost us at Billie Eilish, so what? Where's Alanis Morissette? Oh, well, anyway.
she's got one hand in the pocket.
Yeah, there you go. So, Liesl, who is your least favorite singer? Ah, this gets fun.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't want to offend anyone.
that's why we asked the question.
That's why we asked the question, Richard.
Least favorite?
Yeah.
Oh my god, I don't want to make anyone angry, but I'm just gonna say Ellie Goulding. No,
Uh-huh.
no offense to her as a person. It's just in terms of her music, it's not really my style.
It's not your thing.
Okay.
Yeah,
Fair
well,
call,
we
fair
all
call.
have that, like that singer or that band that all your friends like, but for some reason you just don't get it, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, in one word, describe your style.
Oh, I'm gonna say intimate.
Okay.
Hmm.
I love that
Okay.
word. Why would you
Yeah.
say that word? Why are you so
Yeah.
intimate?
I think it's because I write from my experiences, my personal experiences. And so everything that I write about has actually happened in my life before. And so because of that, it creates like a very intimate personal experience with my listeners and whoever's listening, because it's kind of like me telling them my life story, kind of like me gossiping to a friend or something like that. So it's a very personal experience, I would say.
Nice. It's like you're inviting people in. Now the next question in a quick fire round is again back to a word. You used excited earlier, intimate, but what is your favorite word?
My favorite word?
Yeah.
It's such a random
Um,
question.
Yeah. I've never thought
Random.
about this. Oh, okay. There's one that comes to mind, and it's periwinkle, the color.
Periwinkle. I love
You like using the word
I don't even
periwinkle?
know. I don't even
Sorry.
know what it means, but
How do
I
you use
love
that
it.
in a sentence?
Yeah, Liesl, a favorite
Like,
word is something you use often.
except when the color is
maybe?
right in front of you.
Okay. Off you go. Periwinkle. Go.
It's a color, so I would say my favorite color is periwinkle.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to start using that periwinkle
I'm
in
going to use it as a
conversations,
verb, right?
in presentations. Yeah, definitely.
Let's use it.
definitely.
I'm gonna periwinkle over there. It's like
You
yeah,
could, you could.
yeah.
You could. Now, Lisa, who is your best friend and why?
Oh, my best friend, Jamie. Why? I think just because we get each other. We haven't seen each other in quite a while because of the pandemic and everything. But it's like when we see each other again, we kind of just pick up where we left off. And it feels very natural. And I think, like, in terms of conversations, I have, she's like the person that I'm able to have the most intimate personal conversations with, and there's no judgment or anything. So yeah.
Nice, nice. Now we know you recently celebrated your birthday. Happy birthday! You're just 24
Thank
years
you.
old. But then, what has been your favorite age so far?
Wow. My favorite age.
You have 24 to choose from.
Mm, oh my gosh. I'm gonna say 23, because
Last year.
last year there was
Yeah.
a lot that was happening. It was very eventful for me. I think I experienced a lot of personal growth as well. I hit many, many milestones too. So I think just because of that, I'm going to say 23.
Oh, that's so beautiful. It's so great that it's
Yeah.
recent, because it means probably the years to come are going to get better
Yeah,
and better.
they're gonna get
That's
better and
really
I
better.
nice.
hope so.
Absolutely. Thank you, Liesel. And that was getting to know you with our quick fire questions. Periwinkle.
Periwinkle,
Periwinkle.
indeed. So, Lisa, we're going to give you a few seconds now to periwinkle over and grab two items from your work or your travels that might have special meaning for you.
Okay.
You ready to give us a show and tell?
Yes, I have them. I have them with me now.
Mhm.
Okay. Got it.
All right.
Should I just start?
Yeah, let's take
Yeah,
a look.
just-
Show us the
yeah.
first one.
What's the
Okay.
first one?
This, I'm gonna start with the oldest ones, and then I'm going to move on to like the more recent ones. So over here, I have guitar picks from Hard Rock Hotel. Oops,
Mm,
here.
yeah.
And these guitar picks, I think I went on a holiday with my family to Hard Rock Hotel in Penang many, many years ago. I think maybe I was 14. Okay, so about 10 years ago. 8 10 years ago. I can't math. Yeah, so we went to Hard Rock Hotel in Penang for a holiday, and I went to the gift store, and then I saw these guitar picks, and then I told my mom, oh, they look really nice, I would love to have them. And then at the time she was like, you don't even play the guitar. And I'm like, I know, but they're nice. So can I please have them? And she got them for me anyway. And I think these guitar picks kind of kick-started my guitar playing, because after that I was like, okay, I have them now. I want to go for guitar lessons. And then that's how it started.
That's so interesting, because
Wow.
most people
Yeah.
start with the guitar.
Yeah.
And you started
Yeah,
with a
yeah.
guitar pick, and you were on holiday. You could have picked any cheesy tourist item,
A
like a fridge
t-shirt.
magnet or a
Yeah.
t-shirt, exactly, from
Hey.
Hard Rock, right? You picked a guitar pick, even though you didn't play guitar. So it
Yes.
wasn't practical at all. Man, the
No.
signs were all there. The signs were all there.
Yeah, and I mean it looked really good. That's why I wanted to get them. This is my favorite one. It's kind of like a
What's
it
written on
looks
it?
Cool.
like there's
Hard Rock.
flame.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's like burning.
And yeah, so when the light shines through it, it looks really cool. And I still have it in its original packaging from
Yeah,
10 years
we
ago.
noticed. We noticed it's in the packet.
Yeah.
It's pristine condition.
Yes,
Yeah.
it is.
Nice.
Let's
What
see
have you
the
got
Have
for us
you
second
have
next?
you
one,
gotten
yeah.
other guitar picks after that? Are you like a guitar
No,
pick collector?
actually,
No.
no. This is like my one and only bundle of guitar picks that I have. Because actually, now that I've learned the guitar, I actually don't use picks.
You don't
So
need them.
After all that, it's so funny.
Yes.
yeah,
That's why it's
sometimes
pristine.
That's
yeah.
why it's pristine.
I mean, I tried, but I find that it makes the guitar too loud. So I prefer using my fingers. But it's still nice as a collector's item, I guess.
And
Yeah.
it's part of your history. That's an absolute part of your history. So I think that's great.
Indeed.
Where's item number 2? Have you got the second one?
Okay, so this one is not music related, but I did my master's in professional counseling, and that just ended last year. No, this year. It just ended this year in May. And basically, as part of my program, what we have to do is we have to see clients as part of our internship. And so, because of the pandemic, I could only see clients online, and that was a whole new experience for me. So I dedicated a whole room to do my sessions, and I created this sign to tell my family that I'm having a session now. Please keep quiet. And I would just hang it on the door.
Wow.
Session in progress.
What's it say at the
Yeah.
bottom?
Yeah.
Please be as silent as possible. Thank you. So,
So did you just take a piece of cardboard, and
yeah,
you have nice
yeah.
lettering,
Thank you.
Good
nice
penmanship.
Yeah,
purple,
I
lettering.
just hung it on the door and hoped that they would see it. The unfortunate thing is my dogs cannot read, and so they would still bark. And yeah, that was a bit of an issue.
Wow. I'm sure we'll get to hearing about your master's in counseling a little later in the show, because that sounds so
Yes.
fascinating to me that you're both singer-songwriter as well as a master of counseling too. So that's really fantastic.
Hmm. I mean, I have one more item for you guys
Sure.
if you want to see.
Yeah, go.
This is the mic that I do all my covers on. My very first cover started with this mic as well. And it's just a really cute, handy thing. It comes with a wire. I plug it straight into my phone. And this mic has been with me for many, many years. It has, recorded most of my covers for me. And yeah, it still works. It's very handy, very portable. And so, yeah, I would say this mic contributed a lot to my content over the years.
Mm-hmm.
So this
So you got
microphone, it's very meaningful to you. I mean, now you're signed as a recording artist. Do you still, from time to time, still use it to record your stuff?
Yes, I do. I like the covers that I still do. I
Yep.
record it on this mic. My very first original song that is out on Spotify right now, Solace, it was actually recorded on this mic. That whole song was
No
recorded
way.
and produced in my bedroom as well, because it was a challenge that Sony put out to all their artists to create and produce a song of their own. And so I only had this, so I only used this. And the song Solace that you hear now on any digital streaming platform is recorded with this mic.
Wow.
wow. We got the
Very,
start of
very,
your career from the guitar pick to the mic. Yeah.
Yep.
very,
Yep.
very, very, very impressed. Now, Liesl, we know that you're a singer-songwriter. You just told us that you recorded your latest single in your bedroom using that microphone. So you're on the show right now. It'll be rude for us to not at least maybe ask you if you'd be happy to sing us a few lines from your song, from some of your songs, or perhaps your latest song. It's up to you. Would you be
Of
happy to do that?
course. Sure,
I mean,
sure. Let me
I did go to your birthday party, so I think it's a good deal that you.
That's
Yeah.
true. That's true. It's a good trade.
Did Jen sing at your birthday party?
Oh no! If I sang, everyone
No.
would have left the room.
Yeah, that would have been a very short party. But you see,
Absolutely,
that's a
absolutely.
treat. One day we will get Jen to sing on the show.
No,
Oh, that would be nice.
no,
Yeah.
no, Liesl. No, you wouldn't want that. Definitely wouldn't want that. Right.
Okay, I have my guitar with me.
This is great.
So I'm just gonna sing the chorus from my song Headspace.
I love Headspace.
My first official single with Sony with Off Mute. Okay. Easy, easy. Take me through your quiet fantasy. Slowly, gently. Help me, oh, help me keep the peace. Yeah, it's a really short chorus, but that's the
Aw.
chorus from Headspace.
It's wonderful.
Voice of an
Thanks,
angel, you
Liesl.
are.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
That's so beautiful. What I love about your music, Liesl,
Yeah.
I mean, you your lyrics are really deep. They sound sort of happy, and then there's a twist in them always. And they sound deceptively simple, but they're actually they can actually be very nuanced and very dark. So I think that's definitely something, a real theme. So if you ever have a chance, check out Liesl's lyrics as well, because I think that there's so it just shows that you know the mind, right? You're a counselor, you have an MA and something. You really get into people's psyche, and
Analyze
I
all
think
of
that's
it,
just
yeah.
I just think that's amazing. That's part of what makes you very special.
And I really
Thank you
get
so
why you
much.
say intimate. Yeah, it is. It does sound
It
very
draws you
personal.
in, yeah.
Yeah, it does
Yeah.
draw you in. Well, Liesel, we know you're very, very talented, and your career's on the rise. Sky's on the limit for it's sky's the limit for you. It's amazing, but we want to know if you're like us mere mortals that have skills that are actually useless in this life. Do you have a pointless
Okay.
skill? Because we have many, we can share them with you, but we won't.
Singing is
because,
one for me, yeah.
I guess my pointless skill is that I can flip my tongue. I don't know what the angle is, but it becomes vertical, I think.
Oh,
You gotta show us. We just gotta see this.
Okay.
yeah, you gotta show us that.
It's really simple. It's just the
Oh, nice! I can't do that. At
I
all.
can't do that.
I actually found the one other person that can do that because I can do that.
No, really? Do it, Pers. Ah! You
Ooh.
can do
Oh,
it.
like a skyscraper.
Okay,
Yeah, nobody else I know can do that. So Liesl, yeah, we gotta meet.
Liesl,
High five.
Liesl, and Liesl and Percy. I need to actually ask this. Did you just wake up one day and go, "Hi, I can do this. Wow, look at that!" Or you were practicing, or how did this happen? I mean, how?
I think everybody was doing that, right?
Yeah,
The
yeah,
curling of the tongue.
yeah.
Mhm.
Did you wind up doing it as a kid? Like everybody was doing like the curling of the tongue, and then you shock them with your eye.
I don't remember showing it to friends. I might have, but I think I learned it from my dad because he was doing it, and then I'm like, I can do it too, and then I did it. So maybe it runs in the family. I don't know.
Maybe it runs in the family.
Maybe. All right,
Well,
fantastic.
that is amazing. That is an amazing pointless skill.
It is. It's just when I see that, when I see you doing that, it's just so periwinkle.
Yes.
Thank you.
But you see, Liesel does it and it looks so graceful. I do it and yeah, it's my horror film, Live Scream. There you go.
Yeah, it's good. It's a good thing if they're listening to the podcast now, they can't see it, Percy. So that's a good one.
That's true. That's true.
Right. Now, Lisa, we know that you are not at home, so we can't, show your corner of shame. But we what we want to do now is, wherever you are, okay, it's an intimate space. We know you're not going to get away with showing us something shameful, hopefully. So we know that you've got a bag with you. I'm sure is it either your work bag or your handbag. So we're going to rename this segment, and we're going to call it the bag of shame. Now, what do you have in your bag that you are ashamed of?
Okay, so this is my bag. It's very small. I used to have a bigger bag, but I thought that was just too much clutter. This is what's inside. It's not a lot of things, but I do have quite a lot of trash in here.
Really? It's tiny.
What? Can
It's
you
a-
just
it's
look
a
through
tiny
it? What are the
bag that
useless
looks-
things in there?
So it can fit a phone and a wallet. That's how small this bag is. It's black and
Yeah.
small.
Yeah, but surprisingly, it fits a lot of things. Okay, so one thing that is pretty useless in here is a candle.
Why would you carry a candle in your bag? Is it because you just had a birthday, or you just always keep it in case of parties?
It was from my birthday, and I thought this candle is too pretty to throw away.
It's
and
twisty.
So
It's a twisty
yeah,
candle.
it
And
is.
it's
Very
what color is that?
unusual, pretty candle. That is.
It's purple, but it's kind of like metallic. So
And
I think it's
twisty.
very nice. I didn't want to throw it away.
And of all places you decided to keep this is in your tiny black little handbag.
Yeah,
Mm.
Okay.
yeah.
Handy if the lights go out. I've got
That's
a
true,
twisty
but-
candle, guys.
I don't have a lighter to light
I
it.
don't have a
so,
lighter, but I have a twisty candle.
yeah.
And it's purple.
Yep. Pretty much. What else? Let me see. This is not useless, but people think it's weird. I carry plasters around, but not because of injuries. I just like to wear plasters.
You
And-
just
like to wear.
Wait, what?
What?
Um,
It's your
you're
fashion
gonna-
statement.
Is there a
Plaster.
particular body part? Is it for fashion? Is it for security? Is it for something to peel off
It's an
when you're
icebreaker.
nervous?
It's an icebreaker.
It's for fun. I just like ever since I was a kid, I really liked stickers. So I had a whole sticker book where I would, stick my Wings Club stickers or, Disney stickers or whatever it is. And now that I'm older, it's not socially acceptable to have sticker books. And so I use plasters and my body is like the sticker book. So I just stick it on whenever I want.
You are so weird. So I've never heard of that before. Look, you're a counselor.
There's-
You understand the mind, right? Is there any, can you give yourself your own sort of analysis about that?
Okay, let me see. I guess maybe as a child, it was something that provided me security or fun. And now as I'm older, it reminds me of that sense of fun and security. And so now, it has become a part of my my life, just sticking things.
I think that's really lovely, which I guess
Well,
leads us to asking you about your family as well and your childhood. What was your childhood like? What was it like growing up as a young Liesl in Malaysia?
Let me try and think. I was into music a lot from a very, very young age. And so even before I started going to school, I would actually put on shows for my parents. So that picture on the left now, me in the pink shirt, is actually me putting on a fashion show for them. So what I would do is I would do a catwalk on our coffee table. It was quite long. And then I would jump off. I would go to my room. I would change. I would come back and then do another one. And that was my fashion show. And then
Are you flipping
when-
your hair in this picture? Because your
Yes.
hand is on your hair. You're about to do the hair flip. Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. And when I had a neighbor that moved in who was around the same age as me, we became friends. We were really into High School Musical. And so what we would do is we would put on our own performances of the song in the corridor of our apartment. And we would invite our parents to watch, and they would just sit there and be like, what are these kids doing? But
Oh, that's so sweet. And you have a
yeah.
younger brother, don't you? There's two of you in the family, right?
Yes, I do.
What did you learn growing up with your younger brother?
Oh, honestly, we would fight a lot as children, like because I was the eldest, and I think a lot of older children feel this. When the younger one comes along, they start to get all the attention, and so as the eldest sibling, I was like, I don't like this intruder, and so we would fight a lot as kids. But I think it slowly started to lessen, and now we don't fight as much anymore, obviously. But yeah, growing up with a younger sibling was very interesting. I think like now when I see a lot of content, a lot of movies that talk about the struggles of being an elder sibling, I can actually relate to it. So I think that's really interesting that so many like elder siblings go through stuff like that.
Oh,
Oh
fantastic.
man, what were you like as a child though? You yourself as a child.
Very shy, like very very shy. I know I said I just put on High School Musical shows and fashion shows for my parents, but that was about it. I was comfortable with my family and only my family. So going to school, I remember it was in standard one, which is year one for everyone. I was 7, and I went to school for the first time, and I remember just crying the whole way there. When my mom dropped me off, I was still crying. I could not let her leave my side. My first friend in primary school was because of my mom. She literally sat me down next to a girl and she said, "Do you mind being friends with her?"
Oh
Oh, I
wow,
love your
that's
mom.
really
That's the way to
sweet.
do it.
Yeah. So it was also very intimidating because I was going into a Chinese school where everyone spoke Mandarin, but I didn't. And so I was having to learn the language at 7 years old, which was, tricky because everyone else already knew it. So my mom had to find the one person who was also speaking English, and she kind of connected us. And yeah, ever since then, I think throughout primary school, I was still very shy. I was the one who didn't really speak to anyone unless they spoke to me first.
Mhm.
But it was in high school that changed, because high school I joined the drama club, and the high school that I went to, they kind of put us into like a university setting where we had to do presentations in front of class and stuff like that. And so it was then that I started to come out of my shell a bit more. And I think that was really the like shifting point for me, to become more comfortable with people. I wouldn't call myself like an extrovert or anything now. I'm still shy, but definitely much, much, much less than before.
Wow, what do we see here in these photos? These are photos from
So
your high school, right?
yes, so this is from one of the plays that we staged in drama club. It was, I think, the last year of high school, probably. And basically, this play, I remember it's called Contrast. And basically, the whole storyline is there are three primary colors in the world, so red, blue, and yellow. And I played the role of red. And basically the rest of the world was, I think, in black and white, and this witch wanted to come along and destroy. Oh, sorry, the world was in color because of the primary colors, and this witch
Mhm.
wanted to come along and destroy the primary colors so that the
Wow.
world would be in black and white.
Black and white.
And so that the picture on the left is basically her minions capturing the primary colors.
Capturing
And
you.
yes, and
Yeah.
then the picture on the right is, when we ended our roll call. That was a very fun experience to be a part of because as the color red, I had to become the common traits associated with the color red. So aggressive, angry,
Hmm.
fierce, and that is the complete opposite of what I am in real life. So it was a real challenge getting into character, but I think it was a really fun experience overall.
Well, I think as an introvert, um,
Mm.
the reason you're probably drawn to acting and performing is because it sort of sends you out into this other persona. In effect, wearing red and doing something uncharacteristic like pretending to be
Yep.
angry. You can only do that because as an introvert, you can only
Yeah.
do that when you're doing it on stage and you're being asked to
Yeah.
do it. So I think I'm slowly connecting the dots here of your life,
Yeah.
Liesl. Yeah, very
Yeah, and
interesting.
because of the color play, I guess that's how Periwinkle came about. No.
Yeah.
Percy just wants to say the word periwinkle.
Potentially.
Yeah, yeah, I'm actually obsessed with the word periwinkle, periwinkle,
So am I
periwinkle.
now.
Yeah,
I am. I
That's my
am.
new that is my new favorite word now.
I
yeah,
know. It's
yep.
just like how my internet went all periwinkle.
Yeah, there you go. It periwinkled on you.
So, Liesl, what I love about your Instagram is obviously you just celebrated your 24th birthday, but you did it by celebrating on your Instagram 24 lessons at 24. And we thought some of
Yes.
these were really great. It had everything from everyone should go to therapy to if you're going to bleach your hair, make sure you use a hair mask. So, I wonder if you could care to talk through perhaps a couple of them for our audience.
Okay. Yeah, that was a really interesting challenge that one of my friends asked me to do because we share the same birthday, and so
Oh,
we were kind of talking about it, and I kind of put out on Instagram, what should I post on my 24th, and I figured that posting something meaningful this year might be quite nice for a change because I think in the past I would just post like pictures from my birthday party and saying, oh, thank you to all my friends who came and stuff like that. And so I thought this was a really nice reflective exercise for me to do. Also, because I wasn't really feeling my best the day before my birthday, and I thought, maybe reflecting on some of the things that I have learned would also make me feel a bit better. So, I guess let me see. I can't remember everything that I wrote, but
should I tell you one that I really like because you just
sure.
sort of say it so straight? You put something like sometimes you can be really dramatic. Take a chill pill.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Um, I think it's in my nature to kind of just be dramatic in the sense where I tend to exaggerate a lot of things. So let's say like I go to a restaurant and they have run out of something that I wanted to have. I feel like my world is ending. I'm like, I'm not gonna eat now, I just don't want to eat for the rest of the day. And I tend to get very dramatic like that. I think there was one time it was either I maybe stubbed my toe on on the table or something on a chair, whatever it is, and I just was like, this is it. This is how I'm gonna die.
It goes from
And
that to dying.
Yeah. There
yeah,
you go.
so so yeah, I can be very dramatic at times. I have to like catch myself and remind myself like, okay, chill. It's not that serious. Um, yeah, so that's what that lesson was inspired by. All of these moments where I've had people tell me that I'm dramatic too. Like my parents, for example, they've had to put up with it all my life, right? So they know very well that I am very dramatic.
You said something here that's interesting. You'll never be able to understand why people do the things they do. Letting go is more sustainable than forcing yourself to understand. I am actually quite interested in the choice of the word sustainable. Letting
Mm.
go is more sustainable. Why did you say that?
I guess because I I'm a very sensitive person. So when it comes to relationships or friendships, I get very attached to certain people. And if, let's say, they are no longer in my life, I tend to like replay all the scenarios, like, oh, what happened? What could have, gone better? What could have, why did they do this? Why did they say this? And stuff like that. And it, when it got to a point where I was starting to get very emotionally affected by it, I would just
Mm-hmm.
be so occupied with thoughts like this. And I realized that, sometimes you just won't understand why people do the things they do, or why they decided to just leave, or, why you guys fell out. Sometimes it just happens and you might not ever get the answers to it. So if you just learn to let go, it's more sustainable in the sense where, you are kind of allowing yourself to move on. You're allowing yourself that space. And, in the long run, it will benefit you more than, just holding on to it, always seeking for the answers and stuff like that. That's why I use the word sustainable, because it's a more long-term effect, as opposed to, just constantly holding that grudge, or, constantly like trying to understand. But having said that, I think I also wrote there, it's still something I'm trying to learn because it's easier said than done. It's something that I now acknowledge, I'm now aware of, but it's still a work in progress, I would say.
Oh, trust me, it is like that for pretty much the rest of your life, and I think that's why you're alive. You're always going to be a work in progress, but you are wise beyond your years
Yeah.
to recognize this. Because some people, yes, you're right. Some people will try to understand and play out different scenarios and try to go inside other people's brains, but you will never
Mm,
understand why people do
yeah.
what they do. So it's good. It resonates. You do
Yeah.
have a message to say to the world, apart from the word periwinkle. Anyway, Liesel, okay, we've come to this part of the show where we ask our guests to leave a meaningful voice message to someone special in their life. Can you now take your
Okay.
phone and pick someone and leave a voice message to them? You don't have to tell us who. We just like eavesdropping,
Yeah.
which is not a weird thing.
No.
Not at all.
And try to put in the word periwinkle in that message.
Yeah.
Oh,
No,
No,
interesting.
no,
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 I'm
no,
just
no.
joking. No, 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 don't. A meaningful message. Sorry.
Okay. I mean, I think based on the message, you'll be able to know who it is. But okay, I'm gonna hit record. Hi, bestie. um, I haven't seen you in a long time, and I know your wedding is soon. And so I'm very excited to start wedding planning with you. And I think it's a very interesting time for both of us. We are, coming out into the world and we're starting to work. And I'm so grateful that we are able to do it together. But yes, the thing I'm looking forward to the most is seeing you soon. So come back from Vietnam soon because we have a lot of wedding planning to do. And then we can just continue gossiping as usual. But yeah, take care. I love you. See you soon. Bye bye.
Oh, sweet. You're gonna have to post the wedding photos for us to see.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
yeah. You gotta
Now I
share
want to
the
see
whole
the wedding.
details of the wedding planning.
You know,
Yes, I can't wait.
it was so sweet that I was smiling the whole time you were leaving that message. Go like, oh, friends, friends.
Do you
Oh,
talk?
weddings.
Do
Everything
you?
is great.
So obviously she lives in Vietnam. Do you talk to her often? Do you send messages, or you leave voicemails, or you do FaceTime, or how do you
Um,
guys keep in
she
touch?
She doesn't live in Vietnam. She's just there on holiday right now.
Ah,
But she
okay.
lives in Ipoh, which is a different state from where I am. And because of the pandemic, we didn't really get to see each other. And then apart from that, she just finished her master's as well. And her course was a lot more demanding than mine. So she was just constantly studying. She didn't really have time to go out or do anything like that. So we would text from time to time, but she's also very bad at texting. And so sometimes she just won't reply me. But I don't take it personally. I know that, that's just how it is. But like I said, when we see each other, it's like time hasn't passed at all, and we just continue where we left off. And so yeah, she's getting married next year in February. She hasn't really planned a lot of the things for the wedding yet, so I'm nervous for her, which is why I want to step in and help. But yeah, I think it's a really uh, big milestone to be going through together. Like, we've known each other for a few years, and I was there the day she told me, "Oh, I have a boyfriend now," and I'm like, "What?"
Oh.
And now they're getting married, so it's
Oh,
it's really nice. It's really exciting. I can't wait for what is to come.
nice. What a good friend you are. You're
I
such a
mean,
good friend.
yeah, I
And
don't know. I mean, we are there for each other, so it's mutual.
well,
It's mutual.
I mean, if she was ever looking for advice in terms of bridesmaid dresses and what color to choose, you would choose.
Periwinkle, of course.
Nice.
Yes. At the end of the show, we will count how many times we said that word.
I know, I know, I know. Now, Liesel, we established at the beginning of the show that you just celebrated your birthday not too long ago. You are just only 24 years old. But looking back on your life so far, do you ever feel like there has been a time where a failure has turned into a triumph?
Mm. I think for sure, yes. I've had many failures, I would say. I don't know if I've had many failures or I just see them as failures because perspective. But I think one that stands out to me is um, I went through a relationship, a romantic relationship that lasted for about 3 years. And in the relationship, I started to realize, as it progressed, that it just wasn't really healthy for me. It wasn't serving me well. And I kind of made the decision to leave. But the thing is, it was really difficult because when you put so much into a relationship, it feels like leaving is kind of just giving up on everything that you guys went through together, everything that you guys promised each other, the dreams that you had for the future. So it feels like you're giving all of that up. But I think I realized that it's not going to be healthy for me to stay on. It's not going to serve me well anymore. And so I had to make that decision to be like, okay, this is not for me. And obviously there were a lot of tears after it happened, but I think after that relationship, it taught me, what to look for in a partner. It taught me to raise my standards as well. And it was a lesson that I feel like I had to go through, a lesson that I needed in order to find the happiness that I guess I now have. And so yeah, I think that was a failure that turned into quite a triumph for me.
And that was just a few years ago.
Yes, it was, I think, around the time it started when I was about 18 and then ended when I was about 21.
Wow. You are
Mm,
Yes.
still a long
so
time.
so mature. So wise at that age. I mean, I couldn't even articulate what I was thinking, let alone just making that decision at that time. It's all just about emotions. It's just being in the moment, right? And at
Yeah.
18 to 21, when you're in that relationship, like that's your whole world. You think nothing else really matters. And for
Hmm.
you to just be able to just articulate that and understand how you feel and felt, and then deciding that what was best for you. Amazing.
I,
Amazing.
I love it. I love it how you said that, you at a certain point you felt that you were giving up and you didn't want to give up on it, because I think that's I mean, after having gone through something that you've gone through, it is that you turn that into, but it's not giving up. It's actually protecting what you've had, because
Mm,
any further than this, it will just break, right?
that's
Because
Mm.
people
true.
say people
Mm,
say that people are like pieces of a puzzle, right? You find your perfect fit, but people grow. So sometimes the fit, we outgrow that fit, right?
Yeah.
We become somebody else, and it doesn't fit
mm,
anymore. And if you try to
yep.
force it, right? I mean, that's what I love about what
Very
you
true.
said is that you captured the whole experience. And I think a lot of people, especially your age, who go through relationships
Mhm.
in a very dramatic way, who also need a chill pill, and but we've all been there. We've all been there. That's what love is like. But it's good.
Yep.
It's a good way of looking at it, right? It's not giving
Mm.
up. It's not giving up. So, man, you are an
Yeah.
amazing person, Liesl Mae.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. I don't think so, but thank you.
Oh,
You
oh,
are,
you
you
are.
are,
You are.
and you are on your way to becoming an even more amazing person. Now, you know, looking forward, how would you like to be remembered? Like, I mean, you've got a long life ahead of you. You've got a lot of things, I mean, a lot of dreams to fulfill. But
Mhm.
ultimately, what is it that you would like people to remember you for?
This is something that I have thought about before because I used to kind of struggle with my sense of purpose and be like, oh, what am I here for? I felt like I have to have purpose, otherwise, what's the point? And so I would, go down that rabbit hole and think about this. But I think ultimately, when you asked me that question, the first word that came to mind is kindness. And I think essentially that's it. Like I put a lot of importance into how I treat people. Sometimes I tend to overthink things a lot. So if, let's say, I'm walking past a beggar on the street and I'm in a rush or something, and I don't, leave a donation, I feel very bad about it for quite a while after that. But yeah, I think essentially that's really important to me, because also entering this industry, the music industry, you tend to meet a lot of different people. And I just want to make sure that even if I don't get along with everyone, that they remember me for, how I treated them. So anytime like I have a shoot or anything, like with the crew, the makeup artist, the stylist, everything, I make sure that, I say thank you. I make sure that they know that they're appreciated, because without them, the projects wouldn't be what they are. And so I think that's very important. It's something that has been instilled in me since I was a kid. Like my parents really made sure that, I have manners, that I'm nice to people. I think I remember them telling me that, whatever it is that you do in life, just be kind. And that's something that I am living by now. So yeah, I would love to be remembered for my kindness, hopefully.
Oh, I'm sure you will be, because you've got the right attitude and you have the right values. So,
Yeah.
and you're just starting out your career. You just signed a record deal. I think most people would probably say, how would you like to be remembered? They'd say, I want this record. I want this, this
Hmm.
number of likes or this number of
But
sales and things like that. But
yeah.
the fact that you think of the people behind the scenes that are helping you along the way, the makeup artists, the music video directors, the wardrobe assistants, actually, I think it's that kind of attitude that will
Yeah.
extend your career. So I think that's great. That's wonderful. So, Lisa,
Thank you.
we've got to know you just a short while. I know Jen has known you for a long time, but clearly you're introspective and you're very good at analyzing. If you could make just one small change in your life that would make it incrementally better, what would that change be, you think?
Mm. I think it would be to have more faith in myself, or to at least believe in myself more, because I think I am my biggest critic. I have a lot of self doubt, honestly. Like whenever it comes to putting out music, or whether it's in my counseling work, or just anywhere in general, I do experience a lot of self doubt all the time, and sometimes it is a kind of self-destructive level of self-doubt. And so I think if I did believe in myself more, it would definitely make things a lot better. I would definitely be easier on myself, and I think sometimes I need to be. But it is a work in progress. I do recognize it, and so it's a journey, I would say.
Oh, Lisa, I think your advice, by the way, I
Yeah.
think is so timely, because I've been
Yep.
feeling really down. I have some real down times these last few months. I can't explain quite why. Is it work stress? Is it this pandemic blues? Is it
Mm-hmm.
whatever it is? And I think I remember saying to someone, they're like, "Why are you so down? You got a good life and everything." And I said, "I think I can summarize my existential crisis in 2 lines. One is life is short, and two is I'm not worthy. Right? I don't deserve." And I think
Mm.
even at your young age to recognize that and know that, and it's not a perfect cure. You can say it all you like to yourself. It doesn't mean that suddenly you wake up, oh yes, I'll be kind to myself, but have faith in myself and believe in myself. But I think it's just so important to recognize it. And I have to say, it's a lot of women. It's, I'm not saying men don't, but I'd have to say that a lot of women feel this way. So I'm really glad you said that. I think that's important. So certainly I'm taking note. Thank you.
I mean, yeah, I definitely do agree. Like, I feel it's sometimes you don't even understand why you're feeling that way, but you do anyway. And just the fact that you're feeling it makes it, valid. But it is, easier said than done always. But I think consistency is very important. So, like, trying to catch yourself whenever you're feeling those, or whenever you're thinking those thoughts of self doubt, or, just practicing a bit more self-compassion, even if it's in the little things, like, okay, I'm gonna go make myself a Milo right now. I really like Milo, so
I really like
that's the
Milo.
first thing.
Yeah, hey, there you go.
So doing things like that, just being a bit kinder to yourself, I think it goes a long way.
And it is a journey, as you said. I mean, that's that. As I mentioned earlier, it is. I guess that's the part of the design of life. If it does not become a journey, then there's no point in continuing on because you've done what you need to do, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, life is short. But I've learned to turn that into life is not long enough. So life is not long enough for all the Milos you want to drink. So drink it now.
Yeah. And enjoy it now. It's not how many you can drink. It's enjoy the one that you're drinking now, I guess.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
one.
Very
That's
true.
it. That's it.
Yes.
That's it.
Hey, Liesel, thank you so much for hanging out with us today and allowing us to create this video time capsule for you. I mean, I really didn't know what to expect. I haven't seen you since you were like 6 years old, and read a lot about you, following the songs and the covers that you released, and you finally got a recording contract, and you working in the mental health space as well. I just want to say that I think you're a wonderful person. I think your parents have done a great job. I've learned so much from you. And as we close the show, or we close the lid to this video time capsule, just one more thing for you to do, one message for you to leave behind. I know it's a lot in the future, but what do you want to say to your future grandkids? Or any
Okay.
nuggets, wisdoms?
Sure. Dear future grandkids, I am at an age where I feel like I don't know what I'm doing half the time. And I feel like there have been so many bumps in the road along the way. But if there's one thing that I have learned that has helped me through so many things, and also, has given me the opportunities that have come up for me, it's by saying yes to things. So I think that is one piece of advice that I can honestly say has gotten me to where I am today. So if you have any opportunities that come up, even if you have doubts about it, whether it's self-doubt or, just doubt about what's going to happen after that, just say yes to things, open up more opportunities for yourself, and you never know where life's going to take you. But don't take things too seriously. Learn how to take a chill pill once in a while and just have fun.
Fantastic.
Yes.
Liesel, you are actually 80 years old, but in the body of a 24-year-old because you are wiser than people twice your
Yes.
age. I
Yes.
am. But that's lovely, Liesel. Liesel, I know that a lot of fans want to reach you, and I know that you've actually made some new ones.
Yeah.
Just hearing this and seeing how inspiring you are. How can your fans reach you? Please give us your details on Spotify, IG, and any performances that are coming up.
Okay, right. On Instagram and TikTok, I am Liesl My, so it's LIESL My. On all digital streaming platforms, if you want to find my music, just search Liesl Mae, LIESL-MAE. And did I miss anything else? It's the same for YouTube, Liesl Mae as well. And my Facebook page is also Liesl Mae. So Please
Fantastic.
listen to my music. I hope that you guys like it.
Yeah, it's really worth a listen. Really worth a listen.
Yeah.
And then I said, just take another listen at the lyrics too, because I think they're just so meaningful. And don't forget, everyone, we have Dear Future Grandkids, the podcast, which is an edited audio version that often contains a little few sneaky bits and pieces. You can catch that on Apple, Spotify, all your usual podcast platforms.
And this has been Dear Future Grandkids, where we look to the past to give us lessons for the future. And we certainly got a lesson from Liesl today. So once again, I'm Jien, that's Perci and Ange. And of course, thanks again to our wonderful, wonderful guest today, Liesl Mae. Liesl, thank you. All the best. I'm sure we
Thank
will
you,
see and hear
guys.
a lot from you. And to everyone, thank you for watching. And we'll see you and take care and bye-bye. Bye.
Bye. Periwinkle.